ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Stonehearth Alpha 21. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back here with the nerds of the mountain, where things are going pretty well indeed. Last episode, we got ourselves this thing over here, the monument fountain looking thing. We also went ahead and flattened out some of the different levels around here so we could get the farms looking a bit more like this as opposed to having them over in this corner. Today, I would like to, I don't know, I suppose put a bit of a focus on growing the population. Because, I mean, this is what, this is part 9, okay? So this is part 9 of our Let's Play. I think next episode is when I'm gonna go ahead and deal with the goblins. That's when we're gonna say, okay, we didn't get the thing done for the goblins. It's time to face the consequences. It's time to fight them and eventually see if we can survive. Now, I have every bit of... I'm full of faith and belief, and I'm confident that we can beat the goblins. I just want a little bit more time. Because we have 3 footmen, we have 1 knight, we have a cleric, but I'd like an archer. I'd really like an archer and maybe 1 more footman whilst we're here as well. Now, if we go to here, we can actually make an archer's bow soon enough. I'm going to go ahead and say that I do want to craft one of those, even though it can't be done yet. And what I'll do, in an effort to get the carpenter to level up a little bit, is I'll go ahead and say, hey buddy, why don't you go ahead and make me a bunch of wooden doors? Craft me, 15 of those. So get that done. As for the weaver... we're gonna need some of this. We're gonna need some bolts of leather. So I want you to maintain, 10 of those in inventory. And I want you to maintain about 10 bolts of cloth in inventory as well. Might be tricky, might not be. We'll see what happens. The bolts of leather are gonna let us start making things for the various people around here. We can use the leather for armor if we want to. We can use it for a spiky quiver later down the line for an archer as well. So there's a lot of good stuff we can do with that. We do need to get it done though. Now let me just double check that we've actually placed, yeah, we haven't actually placed the carpenter's tool bench, which we are going to want to do. Now the carpenter, where does my carpenter work? Is that the carpenter's place? I don't think it is. I don't actually know where oh, there he is. Okay, so he's going to be right in the corner there. He's not going to be too happy about that, but he's going to have to deal with it. And I guess whilst we are waiting on all that going on, I'd like to see if we have any trees to plant. We do not. But what I'm going to do is give everybody an order to head out and start chopping down some of the trees out here. Because we do need to start getting some wood. Because we are running a little bit low on it, and we are going to want to have plenty of wood lying around so that we can... do our thing and keep things going. Maybe start doing some building at some point. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Daily updates in food is there. The net worth, unfortunately, is not. 52 bits of gold is what's needed before we can get a 21st hearthling or 21th. 21th hearthling. It is 21st Hearthling, but 21th Hearthling is, yeah, that's moving on. Moving swiftly on. What level is my carpenter, actually? Level 3. So, once you hit level 4, we can go ahead and start doing some good stuff. Actually, just looking here, a lot of people are quite merry. They're celebrating the township. They had cooked meals. They're like plants. A lot of people are quite merry. I would say that the township is probably helping a lot with that, but I'm quite happy about that. And, just in case you've forgotten, the township got us a bunch of cool stuff. We got some cool things like the Desert Lodge, which I'm quite excited to build. We get the little red hut, which doesn't serve... Well, actually, it does serve a purpose. It does have a clay bed inside of it. Rayya's shadow here has a fire pit inside of it. And Red Clay Homes is space for 3 people to sleep. And of course, we have things like the forge, the clay dining room, the dormitory, the clay house for 2. The communal kitchen, actually, I love the look of that. Herbalist workshop. I love all of these, really. I love the idea of getting the workshops in here and making this place look really nice. So, we've got 8 baskets of corn, and we're going to get Bright Bell seeds in return. Yeah, we'll do that. That is no problem at all. So we got some Bright Bell seeds, which is a new thing we can get the farmers to work on. So, let's go ahead and start getting some new fields over here. I don't know if we got the Bright Bell things, but whatever. Let's go for... I don't really know what to go for, to be honest. We could maybe go for more... Oh, that's a good question. Really is a good question. I'm leaning towards going for, like, more saplings, to be honest, but we'll see. Let's go for something simple. Let's go for carrots. If we just go for a bunch of carrots over here, it's a simple food, it's a resource that we can get a lot of, and it's going to keep people fed. I'm also thinking that eventually what I'm going to do is do the painstaking task of going through and removing all of these fields, and I think I'll just go with the normal field. I know that's less efficient, but with how many fields we have around here and how much space we're going to be taking up with all the farming, I think it'll be okay to go with the normal fields. It'll make my life a lot easier as well later down the line, should I decide to go around and change some of the crops. So we'll get a bunch of carrots there, just like that. And we'll let them, you know, do their thing for the time being. I want to fill up this entire side with more farming, but we really don't need to be doing that just yet. Now, let me have a look at my carpenter again. Level is slowly getting there. Are you even making anything at the moment? No, you were working on the doors, which is great, but they don't seem to be leveling you all that quickly. So maybe some large crates would be the way to go. Maybe make me 20 of those when you get an opportunity to do so. What was this room supposed to be? I realize half of these rooms, I don't remember what they were going to be. I really don't. But I guess that's okay. And you know, I'm looking at this area out here, and last episode I know I said that I was going to, I was probably going to build our kingdom up on top of the mountain, but when I look at this, I like the idea of not doing that and instead just putting a bunch of buildings out here. I think that could be nice. Maybe if we started over here with some of the workshops and all that stuff. I guess we'll see. We'll decide at some point. There's no rush to do it today. It'll be in the not too distant future, I'm sure. So let's get that all mined out. We're going to start making this area a little bit neater. So we'll get that all done. And we can also head in to do that bit. And we'll just do all of that. And all of that as well. So that'll hopefully get us some good resources. I would like to tear away some of this space over here too. But that's going to take a little while, so we're not going to worry too much about it. I think this space over here would be nice to get rid of as well. So tear all of that out. And maybe we'll tear this away as well whilst we have the chance to do so. So get rid of... Oh, we can't while that's up there. Okay, we'll leave it as is. We'll not worry too much about it. We'll just work in the areas that I've marked already and leave it at that. I will say, though, I love seeing this place lit up like that. It's so, so nice. Carpenter, what are you up to at the moment? You're about halfway there still. You're really taking your time. Although you're sleeping at the moment, so that's kind of to be expected. As for Ellie and Gregory, well, Gregory's doing some fantastic mining work at the moment. Looks like they're heading up to here to mine out that little corner as well, which is good. I imagine, you know, looking at the fact that a lot of our fields are a little bit empty at the moment, I have to imagine that the farmers are having a tough time. But I think that'll be okay. Let me get some Poyo feathers, because I can use those later on. And let me sell some things, because we have a lot of things we're never going to use. Sell those fine wooden doors. Sell the 65 doors we have there. Sell those crates. And what else? We could sell some beds. I don't think we'll bother with that. What is this? An ancient text preserving the knowledge of the past. When exactly did we get that? Either way, we got a 21th Hearthling. This is going to be that guy. Good. So welcome, buddy. We're going to need to go to the comments again on the previous episode. Not the previous episode. At the time I'm recording this, in fact, the previous episode still hasn't gone out. So we're going to be going to the comments of episode 7? Yeah, we're going back a couple of episodes this time. I think we went to the comments of episode 7 last time as well. So you're going to have to forgive me for this one. We're doing a bit of a double dip. But that's alright. So I'm pretty sure last time... Marrow Tech Reviews, you suggested a lot of names and you had a big list there. Yeah, because we got Gregory and Bodhi from you. You also suggested Felicity, but I'm pretty sure those mutton chops would probably point out that Felicity's not necessarily the best name here. Do we have a Lenny? L-E-N-N. We have a Larry. I don't think we have a Lenny. Alright, we'll go for Lenny. So... let's go do L-E-N-N. There we go. Good old Lenny. So 5 mind, 5 body, 4 spirit. That's pretty good indeed. Cannot complain in the slightest about that. 21 hearthlings. It would probably be nice to get another farmer, I think. I don't think there's any desperate need for it, but it's something I want to look into. Although Lenny is courageous, so would be better suited to fighting. So... I'd like my carpenter to get me another sword on the go. Because I think what we're going to do is if we get the opportunity to get more fighters, I think at this point, that's what we're going to do. I don't think there's a desperate need for more farmers. I mean, we're not filling up the fields, but we seem to generally have enough food to keep us okay. So... we'll get ourselves a nice strong army of hearthlings, but eventually, you know, we'll maybe chuck another farmer in. Maybe every 2 hearthlings that goes into red team, we'll put 1 into farming. I don't know if that's a good ratio or a bad ratio, but it's probably a fine ratio. We'll certainly see. I realize there's probably a few people that haven't got beds assigned to them yet. This bed here is owned by Ali. This bed over here is not owned by anybody. So, Bodhi and Gregory and invaders approaching. We'll deal with that in just a second. And Lenny now have their own beds. Invaders are approaching from the front. We should be able to deal... uh-oh. Alert mode. Quick. Everybody get back into base. Red team, where are you? Oh god, red team. Come on. You're supposed to be defending here, lads. Get out there. There go the footman. There's the knight. The cleric's there too. We got this. Here we go. Right, you know what? Prioritize that archer. Wreck his face, please. There goes one of our doors as well. That's not good. Right, prioritize this guy. If you wouldn't mind. He's gone. And then prioritize this one. And then prioritize this one. Our other door is about to go, but honestly, not too worried about that. We can replace them relatively quickly. There we go. So the threat has been dealt with. We have a daily update. Food is there. Net worth is not. Do we have any spare doors? I don't know if we do. I don't think we do. No, we don't. Okay. Well, I'd like to go to my mason then and say, yo, buddy, let's do some talking. Let's have a couple of these doors made. Make me 3 of them. Get me 3 of them, and we're gonna block this up and make it even more secure than it currently is. We're gonna have a good time doing this. Red team, I would really like you guys to keep up the defensive plays, please. Maybe a bit more defensive than you've been in the past, so we have a bit more of a border going on here. That definitely seems like it's gonna be an idea, at least. So we'll see how that goes. Farmer level 2 is beautiful news. There's a couple of doors. Alright. So I think the doors open outward. I don't have a clue, to be honest. But we'll get a couple more doors. We'll get one there, and we'll get one just there as well. Red team, you guys could probably move back a little bit, to be honest. Just move back to, like, there. So you're still defending that space, just, you know, not quite as up front as you have been. And the double doors, you know, that's going to help us. That's going to protect us. If the front doors get broken, they have to go through another set of doors to get through here. So I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling quite happy about this. I don't think there's much to worry about. Now, let me have another look at my carpenter, because really that's what we're waiting for. So close to level 4. Are you still working on stuff? You are. You're probably going to get level 4 momentarily, which means you can make me an archer's bow, which means we can get an archer in red team. There we go. Get that archer's bow. Get me a red team archer. Gonna be so happy about this. Right. Lenny, I would assume you can become a footman, which you absolutely can. So we'll get Lenny the footman to head over and join red team. Who would be good as an archer? That's the question, because an archer in theory doesn't need a lot of health. So I'm sort of looking at this and I'm thinking Mary. The level, oh wow, level 6 footman, that's impressive. Lenny the apprentice, level 5, Bodhi, level 2. I'm thinking Mary, because Mary hasn't got a lot of health, but Mary won't be up front and center either. So Mary, go and become an archer, please. And that is a pretty good force for defending, I like to think. Elia Boxon arrives with a box of crates. Come again? Hold on. What was that sentence? What was... I have no idea what that sentence was. We'll not worry about that sentence. It was probably nothing. How are the farms looking? Yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Can I... That's a daily update. Food is there, net worth is not. Oh man, here's the thing. I reckon Gregory needs to become a farmer. We can get another footman? Oh yeah, because they're an archer now, that's fine. I reckon Gregory's gonna become a farmer. I want another one. I think it's gonna be good for us. So, let's get you to make me a farmer's hoe. And then hopefully we can do some good stuff. There's still a tree out there that's not been chopped down. They're still gathering a lot of the wood that's been chopped down in the last 15 minutes. That's okay. You guys just keep up the good work. And Gregory, if you wouldn't mind, mate, I really want you to be a farmer. But I think my carpenter's taking their sweet time. So not worry too much. Farmer level 4 has been achieved. There we go. Gregory the farmer. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get a lot more of these fields planted a lot more regularly. That's definitely the dream. It looks like we got some saplings being harvested too, which is brilliant news. Quite happy about that. It means we're going to be able to keep up a steady supply of wood going as well. So there's our archer. I love the little archer outfit. I really do. It reminds me of Cube World. I should revisit Cube World. That game literally hasn't been updated since like 2012. I think, was it 2012 or 13? I think it was July 2013, because I know I made videos on Cube World, and if you remember, if you've been on YouTube for a while, you might remember YouTube shows. And what this was as a creator, you could make a show, and it was like youtube.com/show/whatever. I'm gonna just, was it youtube.com/show/ Does my URL still work? I don't know. Oh, it doesn't. That took me to a channel, actually. Interestingly. youtube.com/show/cubeworld is what I was checking. Yeah, 3 years ago is when this guy uploaded videos. This isn't the person I was looking for, but I had the YouTube show for Cube World. So I was the person that had like that as the name of a show, and I used that instead of a playlist for my Cube World content. This was like about 3 years ago at this point. Very, very nearly 4 years ago, actually, because it was July 2013. So, yeah. Does anyone remember YouTube shows? They got like dropped a couple of years ago, and I missed them, man. I liked YouTube shows. They were kind of cool. They felt very official because you could set like, it was like making a channel for one of your series. You could set like a channel icon. You couldn't change the banner. It was just whatever was on your own channel. But you could set like the channel icon for the show. You could make like little mini banner things for it. It was cool. Where am I hearing combat? Oh god. Oh, that could be a problem. If those things come out, like if these goblins get attacked and this one here dies. Why is that sheep wearing a... Oh, I thought that was a medal. No, that's just a bell. I was about to say, why is that sheep wearing a medal? Some war hero sheep over here or something. Oh, God. I fought in the Great Wool War of 93. Yes. I defended against the onslaught of many goats. Death to the goat scum! Bah! That's... Is it obvious it's 5:25 a.m.? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go get a cheeky screenshot of that sheep because that's the thumbnail right there. So here's a little trick for those of you that might not know about Stonehearth. If you press F5, you refresh the UI. So what I do is I click out of the window, I click in the window, I quickly press F5, move my mouse outside, press F10, and that gets me a screenshot without any of the UI. And that's how I do my thumbnails. So I got a little screenshot of that sheep there. So, oh my God. This episode title may very well be Battle Sheep or something. I don't know. But that's silly right there. Oh man. That is just kind of dumb. I do apologize. Right. So, I think I'm gonna start looking into getting some buildings. Although, what I might do first is... I'm gonna build a ladder to there. And then what I want to do is actually lower this bit of land here. Because I then want to go in and lower all of this. And lower all of that. Just like so. Because I want a lot of this to go away. Not all of it, just a lot of it. So that can go too, and so can that bit. Alright, so we'll get that all done, and we'll get it all dusted, and it should be beautiful. These guys can take off that top layer of all the stuff there. And then what I want them to do is just take out, you know, a lot of this stuff here. So, like, not quite all of it, but a lot of it. So, if we do that, and then we do that, we can do that, and we can do that as well. So that'll get rid of all the bits that I want to get rid of, and then I'm going to look into getting us some buildings over here, because I want to start bringing that net worth up. And buildings really are such a good way to properly bring your net worth up in this game. So we'll get a couple of buildings going. We are going to need a ladder. Oh my god, it's going to be so tricky to get rid of this bit of land up here. That's going to be such a pain in the butt. That really is going to be such a pain in the butt right there. But we'll get it done eventually. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work, and we'll get some cool buildings. In fact, let's have a little look again at what we have. We have the Desert Lodge. I don't know if I want the Desert Lodge. I think I want things like the Forge. And I think I want things like I want things like the communal not the kitchen. Maybe the Forge, the Herbalist Workshop, the Mason Workshop, the Pottery Studio, and the Weaver's Hut. I want the workshops out here. So what's the biggest one? The Forge is quite small. The Herbalist Workshop's small. They're all quite small. I think the Pottery Studio or Weaver's Hut might be the biggest one. I guess we'll see. Let's begin with the Weaver's Hut. Oh yeah, it's not that big at all. So I think the Weaver's Hut can go like here. Like back in this corner, I think. If I can get it in there really nicely. Which I should absolutely be able to. So something like that. Yeah, something like that. We'll put that there. We can test layout. Actually, no, hold on. The windows are on this side though. There's no windows in the front of this building, which is a bit odd. Maybe we'll not do that. Let's see what other buildings we have. So we've got the Pottery Studio, which I think it might be a better bet for here. Yeah, the door is technically on the side of it, but it has windows in the front. It does have one in the back, but the door's up there. I think that'll be quite nice. So the Pottery Studio is going to be our first building over here, and it is going to go there like that. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay. So we're not going to build that just yet. Are you stuck up there? How have you done this? Oh, we're getting a 22nd one, apparently. Okay. We got Danihar Vishan. That's excellent. Thank you for joining us. So you're going to build a ladder. Can you get yourself down from there, please? That'd be really nice if someone could go and mine that. You gonna do it, buddy? There we go. Right, get that ladder out of here. And we need to rename Danihar. So you are not very good at anything, actually. You got an interesting haircut going there too, buddy. Although, how can I talk? I've had some interesting haircuts. Let's get this building underway then. So we are finished editing. It's gonna need a lot of stuff, but we can make it work. So let's start building the Potter's Hut. So if we go back to the comments of this previous episode, Danihar is... I don't know what they're gonna be called. Oh, someone did suggest Lenny. Oh, Kenny. That's another one. We could go with Kenny. All right. So Danihar, you are going to be getting your name changed here, buddy, to good old Kenny. You can always trust a Kenny. All right. So we're getting this building in here. Let's... Oh, hello. Actual invaders approaching. Town alert mode is on. This guy, Lenny is... Oh, for God's sake. Lenny! Come on! Right. Here's what we're going to do. Focus fire on this guy. So focus on him. Get him killed. Then focus on this guy. Focus that guy. Turn off alert mode. And I want someone to come out and rescue Lenny. Back to red team, though. We want them to focus this guy still. So he's dead. Lenny's footman. Wait, Lenny was a footman? Come on, Lenny. You're not supposed to go down in the middle of battle. Get that one. Come on. Why is my knight about to die? This cleric is not very good. Knight level 3 has been achieved. Beautiful. Get this guy. Come on. There we go. Job done. Right, so back to base. Get healed up and look after yourselves. Now, if we come back over this way, I want to get back to doing some building stuff. So the pottery studio is going in. The weaver's hut, I think we're going to hold on to for a bit. The forge could go next to this, though. That could be interesting. Oh my god, that's a huge building. Look at this nonsense. Oh, look at this nonsense. Look at the size of you. Not bad at all. That is a beautiful building. I don't know what side of it. I mean, that's technically the front of it. That's such a cool building. What if we throw it, like, over in this corner? Like, we do that. Does that look okay? No, it looks boring when they're all sort of facing the same way, doesn't it? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're finished editing, but we're removing this. The forge needs to go somewhere much cooler. So I reckon the forge is gonna go, like, up there. I reckon that's gonna be a super cool location for the forge. Like, sort of, if I can get it, like, back in that corner or something. I think that'd be really cool. So, like, there. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So that's where the forge is gonna go. And we're gonna have to set these places to, like, have the worker in there and using it as their home, but we can totally do that. So build the forge, start building. I mean, yeah, that area was gonna be used for farming, but we'll not worry too much about it. What else we got? Clay dining room, clay dormitory, clay house for 2, communal kitchen. I assume that's kind of big. The herbalist workshop looks kind of small. Little clay house could go next to the forge. It's tiny as well. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's do a little clay house next to the forge. We can even have it touching the forge so it looks like it's just like a little extension or something. Definitely an option here. No, I think I'll leave a gap. I think we'll do a little gap there. So the little clay house is just sort of its own thing. Doesn't need to be too impressive or anything. A wagon carrying armor and stuff, not really interested. Daily update. Nothing in the net worth, but that's okay. This place is being constructed over here, which is beautiful news. Let's see what else we have then. So the mason workshop, I feel... Oh, wow, that's quite sizable, in fact. Oh, I love the look of that building. I'm kind of tempted to throw it over here. I think that'd be a really cool place for the mason's workshop. Just right, like, against the cliff. It's a pretty cool spot. Although I think the entrance to the Mason's Workshop is... No, that's just a pile of stone there. Okay, yeah, Mason's Workshop can totally go in there. If I can get it to work, of course. So Mason's Workshop goes right about there. That is not facing the right direction. Let me remove that. Let's try that one again. So we want the blueprints, we want the Mason's Workshop, we want to build it, and we want to rotate it. So it's going to sit like... I think like that. Actually, I'm going to put it there so there's a little bit of a gap between it and the mountain, and I'll remove 2 strips of the farming land over here. And I think that'll be quite nice. That's a pretty cool building. So let's get that built. Let's also remove that strip of farmland and that strip of farmland. We're getting some little buildings around here. I'm so happy about this. I really am. I'm really pleased that we're getting these. I know I'm not building them or anything, but I think it's going to look really interesting when this gets done. So what else we got? We got the... Do we have the herbalist place yet? I don't think we do. I'll tell you what, if the herbalist workshop is small enough, which it is, it's going up here. Can I get it back there, though? Not quite. It's a bit of a problem. It's a little tricky to, get the herbalist working back here. Let me try and remove a few strips. I don't want this. I don't want the weapons and stuff. Let me remove a few strips of the farm plots over here to see if we can get the herbalist in here quite nicely. Because I think this would be a nice place for the herbalist to work. So the herbalist would be like there. Like right in there. And I kind of like that, to be honest. I do kind of like that. So let's build that. Yeah, start building it. And let me remove one more strip. In fact, no, we'll not remove any more strips of stuff. So we'll get that built as well. So that's a lot of construction that we have to get done. And obviously, because we're doing, 5 different buildings at one time, it's gonna take a while because we don't have that many workers. Oh my god, look at that net worth rising though. That right there, that is what construction does for you. Just gets your net worth to skyrocket, and it is the best thing. I absolutely love it. I'm also noticing the farmers are doing a much better job recently at filling up some of these fields, so I'm quite happy about that. Definitely quite happy about that. I'm also going to go ahead and start planting some of the acacia tree saplings that we have. And before, I was always rotating them to make them look sort of randomly placed and generated and all that stuff. Not going to do that this time, because I'm just going to be chopping them down anyway. Because we're probably going to need a lot of wood, so... Just going to be placing these saplings all sort of oriented the same way. Still relatively randomly, just no rotations on them this time. And there's more of them this time as well, I think, so they're going to be spread out a lot further. So bring these over this way, still have 10 of them left. Bring them around here a little bit. Just sort of like that. And I think that'll look alright when that all grows up a little bit. Oh man, look at this though. I'm hearing something. Ah, it's you stomping about over there that I could hear. Well, I don't think I need to worry about you if I'm perfectly honest. You know what we should probably do? We should probably pause some of the construction projects. So I'm gonna pause the bigger ones. So I'm gonna pause the masons building, and I'm gonna pause the forge. I'm also gonna pause this little place here too. So they can work on that one, and they can work on... Yeah, they're working on this building, and I think they're also working on the herbalist hut. And that's okay by me. That is perfectly fine. Also, red team, I realize you guys are currently patrolling. I'd really rather you didn't. I'd rather you went and just actually defended the entrances there. I'm gonna feel much better about a defended base than a non-defended one. Oh, God. Oh, no. As long as this guy doesn't kill the goblins, I am not worried. Doesn't look like it's going to kill the goblins, so I think we're fine. This little goblin here stole some wood and decided to light his fire. Which is fair enough, I suppose. Radian has arrived with some doors and some signs. Picket fence gates, okay. Got some reinforced wooden doors, wooden tunnel doors. Not really interested, to be honest. I think we're doing fine, just as is. Oh man, I really am so happy with the construction development. So happy, in fact, that, ladies and gentlemen, I reckon I'm gonna leave it there for today. I think I might let the game run a little bit between episodes, just so that we can get the construction finished. So what I'll do is I'll just monitor it. I'll not build anything new. I'll not do anything new. If we get a new Hearthling, then I'll try and remember to introduce you to them in the next episode. But I'll just make sure that we're defending ourselves. I'll make sure everyone's healthy, but there'll be no major developments other than possibly some new Hearthlings. I might do it. We'll see. We'll see if we do skip some time between episodes, because I realize that with the construction going on, we will be getting some new Hearthlings quite frequently, so... I mean, let's find out. We are getting a new Hearthling. A 23rd Hearthling immediately. So, we have Tan Umaya. Let's see if we can get a, see if we can get some names. Someone suggesting, Jandru as a name. I would, but, we've got a theme here. We have a theme. So... Jenny is a name that's being suggested. Do we have a Jenny? Do we have a Jenny? I feel like we should have a Jenny. It doesn't seem like we have a Jenny. All right, Tan, you are no longer Tan. You are a Jenny. There we go. Beautiful. Oh man, I'm so happy about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it there for today. We've made some pretty cool developments. We have 23 Hearthlings. Red team is... stronger than it was when we started, and is only going to get stronger. We have 3 people doing some work down here, so they're going to be doing a lot of construction here and there, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you kindly for watching. This has been Stonehearth Alpha 21 and Rayya's Children Part 9, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!